Today's review is going to be a little bit different. Instead of a piece of equipment, I'm going to be going over an app called Fitbod. I've played around with a lot of different apps and fitness programs over the years, but this one stood out to me. Without getting too much into the ins and outs of my personal fitness, I've been hitting a lot of walls lately with progression, motivation. I've had quite a bit of weight gain and was just not writing quality programming for myself. I thought about trying to connect with a coach, but wasn't ready to dive into all that. And then I came across Fitbod. The gimmick of this app is that it adapts and pushes you through machine learning, variety, and increasing intensity. It tracks what days you did a specific muscle group and tries to best estimate the recovery percentage of a given muscle group. The app allows you to set up your gym by selecting all the equipment you have so it knows what you have available to work with. Select everything you have available, whether that's a mountain of garbage like me or just your body, and it will build a workout that suits you. Honestly, for me, it just became a shopping list of what I still need to buy. You'll also choose what style of workout suits you. This could be bodybuilding or Olympic lifting, or a few others. This lets the app better choose reps, sets, and exercises to meet your goals. You'll also pick your level of experience. I assume this is to keep from dropping more technical lifts on you out of the gate. You'll also choose whether you want supersets and circuits on. With this off, you'll just do the exercises one by one till you're done. With it on, it attempts to group the exercises together in ways that make sense to varying levels of success. Then you'll set how long you want your workout to go and what kind of splits you like. I wanted to go the full machine learning experience, so I left it the app default, but there are some classic bro split options in there as well. The app is $10 a month or $60 a year, which I think is very fair for the programming, so long as you understand what you're actually getting. Currently, I'm paying monthly. I don't really see myself using it all the time, probably something I jump in and out of. So now, for what I like about this app. First, the variety is really nice. I mean, I hate it, but it's good for me. I honestly don't think I did a single lunge in 2020 until I got this app, and then it was Lunge City. You'll find yourself doing movements you haven't thought about in, well, ever, and using equipment that you don't remember buying and probably haven't seen in 6 or 7 months. The app really does have me using my entire gym, which is great for the next time someone in your house asks, "Do you even use that?" for the millionth time. This time, you don't have to lie. The second big pro is the semi-personal training aspect. Through whatever machine learning process they're using and tracking your recovery, which you can manually adjust if your legs or arms haven't quite recovered from the last workout, it keeps giving you new and interesting workouts and keeps pushing you with new movement variations. The other aspect of this is progression. As you go, it tracks reps and weight, and through, again, whatever algorithm they're using, is supposed to be pushing you forward. This is the area that I have some issue with, but more on that later. One of the best parts of the app is the tracking. I like my notebooks, but having sets, reps, and rest automatically input on the app is a great way of keeping a good record of the work, and it's one of the only apps that's easy enough that I actually don't mind doing the data entry while I'm working out. The little description and videos at the bottom are really useful as well, for when it serves you up something you've never heard of, and it will. Right next to that is a button to replace the exercise if you're not comfortable with it. The app will recommend some other options that hit the same muscle group. I kind of wish it let me pick from a bigger list rather than just its suggestions, but it's still really easy to use and keep rolling through a workout. On to my gripes. First and foremost, this is not actually a replacement for a trainer or a coach who knows what they're doing, and specifically knows you. The workouts this thing cooks up sometimes are just head scratching. A few leg days ago, which depending on your particular habits could be measured in days or months, this app gave me 8 lunges. Not 8 reps, but 8 different lunge variations. Some of them essentially the same, over and over and over. Now, lunges are bad. No one likes them, and they can go back to live with the devil where they belong. But after the first 4 exercises, my knees had enough. I needed to swap some of them out. I know my body well enough to go in and add some exercises that work a similar muscle group at weights I can handle. But if you're following the app like gospel, you're going to have some bad workouts, which is why I wouldn't call this a replacement for a coach. Related to that is another weird issue: the weights it gives you. So today it wanted me doing muscle ups for sets of 4 and lat pull downs at 30 pounds. See any problem there? Similarly, it had me doing walking overhead lunges with 55-pound dumbbells, but back squatting 22.5 pounds with a barbell. Ignoring that 22.5 pounds is weird for a barbell, I feel like this could really benefit from a few baseline weight entries. Take your bench, squat, etc., and use that machine learning to get a little closer to weights that actually make sense for a given movement. Again, for me, not a big deal. I've been lifting weights long enough that I know where I'm comfortable on a given movement and can kind of guesstimate on a movement I'm unfamiliar with. But if you're just blindly doing what it said, you'd probably go from a movement that nearly killed you to one that you might as well be doing your body weight on. So it's just a little inconsistent from time to time. The variation can also get off the rails sometimes as well. Like those muscle ups today. I am not in muscle up shape at the moment. It also gave me kettlebell pistol squats the other day. Just no. In a similar vein, the supersets and circuits can get a little dumb. Typically, if you're going to build a superset or a circuit, you want a little flow to the movements so that you don't derail the intensity or the work. This sometimes has you go from incline to decline, changing the weights seemingly at random. Sometimes you're hitting muscle groups that have no real business being worked out together. But those are honestly pretty rare instances. It's usually pretty close to the mark. I think the only other real issue I found is that occasionally the description and video for an exercise was just not enough. So say, for example, you'd never done a snatch squat in your whole life. I'm not positive this is enough to really understand what you're doing for a lift that's that technical. All that being said, I think overall the app does a really great job. A couple of things I'd like to see added. One, progressions. So say you got muscle ups and you can't do a muscle up. It'd be kind of neat if instead of just the replace button, you might have like an option for variations so that you could work your way up to doing a muscle up. Or maybe you wanted to get into Olympic lifting. Maybe there was some ideas and variations to kind of put you on the path to those movements. Another thing I'd like to see in the app was the ability to filter certain movements completely. A button that essentially says, I will never do this exercise. For example, the app has this real thing for weighted wall sits, but my knee has a real thing against weighted wall sits. So rather than constantly going in and replacing that exercise every time it shows up, I'd like to just be able to turn it off. Also, for some reason, it constantly wants me to do all these medicine ball movements that require another person. I don't have friends. And when my wife comes out there, it's not to help me work out. Like I said, overall, I think it's a fantastic app. The negatives are manageable and not unexpected. And it's nice not to have to think about what I'm going to be doing for a change. If you're looking for a change up in your programming or just want some time off of writing and planning, it's nice to literally have it in your pocket. However, if you've got a specific goal in mind, like a race, some kind of Olympic lifting or some bodybuilding target, something like that, I don't think this is the thing you want. Those type of goals require a lot of planning and targeted progression, and that's not really what this is for. This is more just about overall fitness and linear progression. Personally, I'll probably use this app for another month or two. I've really enjoyed it so far, but I can feel myself itching for another goal to work towards, and then I'll switch it up again. The app's website is linked below, and I think you get 3 free workouts when you download it, so give it a try, check it out. I know this video was a little different than the other reviews I do, but I found the app and I really liked it and wanted to go over it. I think I'm gonna either do the Titan Pulley Tower next or my Power Block dumbbells. Haven't quite decided. Until then.